Peep this W.O.M, or should I say, peep this word of mouth. This is episode 25, and I'm here with the team, and we got some things to speak about.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with DeJounte and Efficient. My name is Micaiah. We roll deep like we rolling on tires. What's good?
What's good, man?
What's good?
Like the beats.
Bring it in, tap it in.
You know, I'm trying to be like you,
Justice
brother.
team.
Yo, for real?
Yeah, man.
Little shaky shake.
So, some shameless plugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
First off, we're at episode 25. So, once you start subscribing,
Quarter of a way.
liking, commenting,
And turn the notifications on.
all the way on.
Please.
All. When you hit that little bell, click all. Feel me?
Murder the like button.
Murder the like button.
Mm-hmm.
So, how's everyone doing?
Good. Can't complain, man.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Thankful, blessed, grateful to see another day. Glad to be here, man.
Oh, man, I love
Life
that.
is good.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're above ground, we got hope. And when we
Yes.
got hope and abundance. Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
All right. So before, people like the questions that we're doing. So I have some questions before we go into the quote of the day.
Yeah.
Sure, no
All right. So one of the
Shout
questions.
out that wise guy in here.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to this wise
Yes,
guy.
yes.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yes,
Wise.
wise guy. Follow his music. Like
Yes,
it.
on all media platforms. Yes, Wise Guy.
Paris.
Yes, Paris. That is fire.
Hate it.
Yeah, Appetizer is one of my favorites.
That is mine too as
I
well.
was playing that last night the other day. I was like, doo, doo. She knew what time it is.
Mhm.
Once you come in, I play that music. You know what time it is, girl. If you want to know what time it is, you got to go listen to it. I won't tell you what it's about, but
Yes.
trust me. So a question I have to ask is, what scares you the most? Have you ever been afraid, right, of something that had you in a paralyzed state of mind when you think about it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so what scares you the most, if you don't mind sharing? And before you start, the reason why we're doing these questions, so they get to have a little understanding of who we are, right? A lot of times we come out here, we tell them that this is about 4 young black men talking about our experience, so we got to share
Exactly.
and let them know who we are,
Most definitely.
right?
Absolutely true.
The best experience sometimes is the stuff that we go through, life experience.
Life experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what scares you the most? You want to start, DeJounte?
Oh, I thought he was rolling it over there.
Oh,
My
I'll
fault,
start.
man.
Official,
ahead.
go. I tell you right now, heights
Okay.
really scare me in tight spaces. I have to conquer my fears
Like a
every day.
claustrophobia kind
Yeah,
of
it's the
thing.
claustrophobia part. Like being in the car as soon as I get in as a passenger and the car's not moving, I have to
Right.
put my window down or I have to get out. This is a sense of
Definitely.
panic for me. So I would say that, but I recently, even tonight, getting here, I was thinking to myself, man, I'm beating my fear right now. I felt confident crossing this Ed Koch Bridge today. Like
Right.
today was the first time I actually felt this. And
That
I've been-
bridge is kind of narrow, too.
yeah, it's very narrow. And we on the edge, and I've always felt
Mhm.
scared of bridges. And like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Today I felt like the structures got me, and then I started thinking, okay, maybe it's just a sense of heights and the fear of not being in control. So I was like, maybe if I bungee jump or if I skydive, I feel
Yeah.
great.
You attack it head on. in a
Right.
sense.
And then I'm
Right.
thinking to myself, you know what? There's people that have done that, and they probably do it often because it feels so good. And that's something I thought about it. Yo, as a team, we gotta do this, or
You
as
know,
a group, we gotta
I'll
do this,
film.
'cause- yeah,
I won't
film
do
it.
it.
At least
Wait,
film it
come
for me
on,
because
man.
I'm ready to beat my fear of the
man.
heights.
Let's
and
do
of
it
all that.
together,
If
bro.
we die, we die. No thanks.
Oh man, why you gotta think about it like that?
Oh man, I'm
You'll be
just
a good
nervous.
time.
I'm also afraid of heights. but-
Okay.
Okay.
But that's not what I'm most scared of. What about you,
That's what
DeJounte?
I'm most scared.
I
Fall off a
have, to
bridge.
be honest, I have quite a few.
Yeah.
I would say one of
Share
my
a few.
most primal fears is drowning.
Mm,
Drowning is one of them because I will be honest, I'm not that confident in my swimming abilities, at least able to like stay afloat. I feel like I get into a panic mode and then I'll start thrashing. But I do
Right.
kind of admire you a lot because you've been going to the Y, you've been taking lessons.
Right.
So that's kind of like motivating me to like pick that up and like really get confident in my swimming ability. Whereas before, like I wasn't as confident. I had a fear of like getting beat up or jumped. So
Right.
I took on boxing and I felt confident in that. So
That's business.
So I would say drowning. And another one I guess I would have to say is height as well too.
Right.
As much as I say like I do have a confidence, like okay, I have a surety in like this pilot flying the plane or like me driving over the bridge because the architect, they designed it to a certain way. I still have that queasiness about it at times. So I definitely want to take you up on that, Sky.
But I love roller coasters.
And that's the crazy thing. I love roller coasters, but man, oh man, I'm still terrified because I still hold on real tight just in case something malfunctions.
Yeah,
but
I know that you can grip onto the G-force of it and swing by it safely.
And then, but you know, at that point in time, both of my wrists will be broken. And then I fly. Dark humor. I'm sorry.
It's so true though.
You can hold on as tight as you want, but
bounce off
if
somebody.
that thing malfunctions, oh
Use
man,
somebody as a surfboard.
That's exactly what I would be doing. I thought about it. If this guy jumping out of the plane on my back, our chute doesn't open, at least, dude, fly us over some trees. I'll grip onto a branch. I want to slam us into something that I can grip onto.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear
just don't, not a hard building.
it's not gonna turn out good, man.
It'll be good. We'll do it.
Yo.
Hit the like button if you want us to do it.
Yes, comment and try. As we get a lot of comments that say to do it, we're gonna get Micaiah to do it, man.
We need
At least film.
We're gonna coerce him into doing it.
We need 30,000 likes before we even thinking that. But you know, I was thinking about this question, and I was like, one of the things that scared me the most, and it's been since a young child, the fear of not being successful, right? The fear of never amounting to anything. When I think about what you hear the stories from your grandparents, what they had to suffer to endure, right? I heard the stories from my mom, how she's the first one with a college degree out of, you know, my immediate family, right? And then I'm just like, damn, they did all this hard work, and I always had that paranoia, fear. Even when I used to get B's, I'm like, they didn't want to bring the bees home, even though they were happy for those bees.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
They were like, yo, you passed. You did great. And I'm just like, that fear of failure has always been, and that's what pushes and motivates me. But it's also something that sometimes causes me to do too much. Sometimes I don't need to work 16-hour days. Sometimes it's not always necessary. It is to get to a certain point, but not every single day you need to. Your body needs rest. But I will push myself unnecessarily, right, to an unhealthy way of, you know, I got to do this. I got to see this through. And I had to talk to my therapist, and he's like, yo, listen, you got to chill, or one day your heart is not going to, your heart's not going to keep up with you. You know what I mean?
I have a question for you. It's interesting that you brought that up. What to you would you define as like successful? Because remember, successful is subjective, and it's different. It's different to everyone. So what would be your idea of success?
Like
What's your concept of success?
I love that. I determine every aspect. Yeah. No, but for me, success, it now changed. Meaning, if I'm doing better than I was a month ago, a week ago,
it's a lot more healthier.
Yeah, but before my idea of success was I needed millions. I needed
you're obsessed.
Yeah, obsessed with material things.
Yeah.
Because coming from not having to now having, I don't want to lose. And sometimes I have this sense of, let me enjoy life, but then I'm pigeon-toeing, right? And there's times where you just have to like let loose and enjoy, and
you have to enjoy the fruits of your labor too at the same time.
Dude.
So
as cliche as it sounds,
I had to change that mindset. And that was the hardest thing to change, because when you're conditioned and programmed for many years, and no one programmed me, I don't know if anyone programmed me like that, but that's how I've been from a kid.
I mean, if you think about it, if you look at the plight of like the black man in America, and we are the people who come from with the lack thereof. So everything you see around you is conditioning you. Whether directly, indirectly, subconsciously, I gotta.
Oh, you're right.
Like J. Cole's song with Love Ya, he's like, you know, I can't complain about this minimum of a check, but I'm turning on TV, I'm seeing a dude with the Rolex. So then you looking at that, you like, it's programmed into your mind because you have lack thereof. So of course, that's natural. We're instinctually driven to get that because we're barren. We don't have anything. We don't have anything to leave behind. So we're trying to build something.
So let's
in every day and aspect, yeah, man.
no, that's dope. So let's take it to the left of this. What scares us the most? What scares you the most in relationships? Romantic. Let's say romantic. You know, you got one?
I got one. I would say what scares me the most in romantic relationships is giving it all the best that I can give, and it's like it's just all for nothing, because when you truly invest that time in, it's like damn, it could be all or nothing.
Yeah,
really, because
it's true.
You like I'm sorry to use these pop type quotes and stuff, like Kanye West said, you know, now we are strangers in the streets, gone for eternity.
Right.
And it's like, damn, we had all of this stuff together, and then it's like next minute we just a stranger. Like it's like the world we built it doesn't exist anymore. So to me, I feel like that's always the biggest fear for me. But I think over time I've learned is that you can only do as best as you can do. And I feel like you shouldn't leave any store behind it. Like I'm gonna leave like, oh, I'm gonna make a home here. It's like, listen, if it goes this way, if it goes that way, listen, I enjoyed the time, I enjoyed the experiences, I enjoyed the ups and downs. Life goes on. And that's I think I've learned to kind of like, I'm getting better at that, pretty much.
What about you, bro? When it comes to relationships?
I think when it comes to relationships, my biggest fear is the other person not being able to understand my love language and being able to speak it back. You know, being reciprocated. Every responsibility, every savings account, every financial whatever, going to church, build it. All the aspects of a relationship are secure. But if you can't speak my love language, I feel like that's my biggest fear is that she'll never understand my love language and be able to do it consistent. Like I'll be able to speak hers, whether it's time, touch.
But that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's natural for you as a man because you're trained that way.
Right, we're trained to please.
Oh, open
but
the
they're
door
not
for her.
trained to please us. It's like the meme. Oh my gosh.
No, you're right.
But it's so true, and I think that's exactly that because I was trained to. My mom taught me. She was like, you know, these women nowadays are not domesticated. They're not gonna take care of a home. So I'm going to train you to do such. But in doing such, I already knew the standard of what I wanted within my home, as any guy would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or a man of high value, or a man who has quality in himself and morals and values, standards, self-respect, dignity.
Yes.
There are those that don't have that. So they'll live with, we've seen what they'll live with.
Right.
Settling. And that's the thing, you can't settle. I think life's like waves. They're going to constantly go back and forth. You got to keep in motion. You got to keep moving and figuring it out. And if you don't want to speak my love language at all, you don't want to try to figure it out, not solution oriented to it, we'll go separate ways.
It's interesting you brought that up today because I'm speaking to a potential romantic interest right now, and she spoke very highly of love languages. Like we spoke about that, and for her, it was really thorough communication for her. She's like, I don't like to let things build. I need to learn about you. You need to learn about me. Like she was straight out the door about it. And I respected a lot about her because that showed the mindset and the maturity that she has. So I 100% agree. Dope. I think that should be actually the first thing that once, like at least within the second or third date, I think it's important to establish and put it on the table, like what your love language is for you, efficient, what love language is for her, and really listening. Because a lot of people don't listen. They just listen, but then it's like they listen only for their benefit. They don't listen and put their self in someone else's shoes.
Right. That's how that person
That's
needs
how it
support.
should be done. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I would say two things. One, and this is, I don't know, somehow I was in high school, this one, settling.
Yes.
Settling has always been one of my biggest fears. Scary to me. Why? Because you see there's so many, like when you find that girl, right? There's so many perspectives, so many layers, so many things that you have to dive in with that person. Yeah. And sometimes you can lose yourself, right? Settling and saying, you know what? Because I don't know if y'all ever been through this where a girl you do everything, bend over backward, but she's not doing it for you.
And no stranger to it.
You settle for that, right? You settle, you say, all right, I'm going to make this work, and then they gone.
Gone. Walk right out of your life.
Yeah, the
With
second
the
one,
same shoes you bought them.
the second one that scares me the most when it comes to romantic relationships is also building something with someone, right? You already know what I'm gonna say.
Oh yes.
They come and destroy it by, either they step out, they want to do something else, they move on, right? You just you building a future. You say, all right, we having children, we get this house, get money. Oh, I'm gonna marry you and stuff. Like I have this lawyer friend. I warned him about this girl.
Oh yes, I remember this anecdote.
I warned him about this girl, but he was like, yo, we're building a life together. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Well, once, they started building, he didn't listen about no prenup and stuff. He's a lawyer, a really good one too. Now she's taking home almost $90K a month.
Whoo! Oh my Lord.
And you know why she left?
I got white in my face.
Because she said, oh, we grew apart. He didn't cheat on her. He didn't do anything.
Oh, man.
Oh, we grew apart. And then by law,
But
half of everything is his.
That's
hers.
what they get.
But
What?
But
For the grew
but that
apart.
doesn't justify
She
you.
just divorced him. Did he go to counsel? They want to work it because now the money's enticing. And what she's doing right now is because that alimony check and then the children check.
Mm-hmm.
And right. So what she's doing now is she's not trying to get married because she's trying to milk that alimony for how many years you get alimony for. Is it a lifetime thing? I didn't do the research.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
as
I
long
need to
as
look
it
into it
is,
more.
whatever that length is, he's going to have to pay that.
Listen, look up the laws when it comes to relationships, son.
Prenups.
Read the
It
fine
could be
print.
very pricey depending what state you are in.
John Cena. Look up what John Cena did.
Can't see me.
He has a 75-page contract.
Yo,
but that's my fear, though.
That was
Wow.
crazy.
Building up something, like taking your business, for example. What if you say, all right, girl, I want to bring you in, and you start bringing her into your world, and y'all building this empire, and then she just says, yeah. I'm out.
No, my lawyer's already going to... We've got firewalls up, okay? We have
Well, yeah, that's
firewalls,
my
the
fear.
S-Corp and all that set up to protect this. Get out of here. She gets what we give her.
Get out.
I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind the builder part, but you're absolutely right, though. That is a huge problem because if there could be one thing where, we're building together and now I'm giving you X amount of dollars a month. You're getting bank. You're living with me. We're living good. To say we grew apart in that process when we're building, we're growing, we're expanding, we're going nationwide, we're going global, we're international now. If we're building so hard, you got to enjoy that. You can't say, we fell apart.
And you know why is
Because
because
you got distracted by the pool boy?
pretty much.
Distracted by the dude at the one
Pretty
party?
much. She found a gym trainer, and she just started having fun. Because what happened is she understands. If you understand his job, he's a criminal lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's when he does have cases, there's 16-hour days, 21-hour days that he's putting
Them lawyers
because he's
work.
trying to free that man, whatever.
Absolutely. That's work.
And but whenever he has free time, he's so immersed. I barely see him. He's so immersed in her, right? He's like, yo, I'm gonna spend time.
He
with my
made
wife.
his home. He made his home.
And
made
to
his home
see
there.
that, seeing that so close.
Yeah.
You see these things on TV, but once you see it up real,
In real life, around
Man.
you,
Yeah.
it's scary.
man, yo,
That's why it's very important to thoroughly vet.
Yeah, that.
And then when you think you're done thoroughly vetting, keep thoroughly vetting some more. Because listen, they put you through the test. They put you through the rings and fire and stuff.
Absolutely.
It's only but fair you do the same.
so let's since we talked about this, so let's branch off again off of this question. Do you believe then a man should build his empire by himself? Like, when I say by himself, I'm not talking about like other brethren helping, but don't include her involved and then come together. You come with your thing, I come with my thing, and then we can build what they call it, a conglomerate more sense,
yes.
where it's together, but they're separate entities.
Yeah.
Or should we still as men, especially black men, should we deal with let's build this together and just hope for the best? Am I being too pessimistic? What do you feel?
and I feel this then again comes down to the type of woman you're dealing with. It's still a gamble, but I do think you should, because that's the whole purpose, of having that, that other partner, that spouse, that significant other. You want to build with them. That should really be at the forefront of your mind. That bringing together a family, bringing together a nucleus. So you're trying to expand, not just family generation wise, like as like planting a seed and have children, but other things together. You become a tight knit family. So you kind of have to build together. So it's the mindset. Is she the thing is she the one that's going to be reaping all of the benefits, or she's going to be the one laying the bricks side by side with you? And I think that's what it comes down to, really. So it depends.
I think it depends too, because I think there's some that are the ride or die. Like, I can, shut up and go to work. But then there's also those that are going to give you so much pushback to your leadership.
Right.
Even though it's just because it's how you are naturally.
Huge red flag.
And that's what, exactly. So you can't be, I would say originally, if you look at a relationship also as a business deal. When you're dating, look at it as, can we eventually, if we had to sit in court and tell the lawyers what's going on, you think this could work between you and I? You think that we could hold each other down? Like, if you guys could figure that, because look, at the end of the day, you're going to have insurance reasons you're going to have to do that for. You're going to have to do that in front of doctors for the kids. You're going to have to do that in front of the lawyers. You're going to do that in front of a realtor when you want to buy the house. So why not get that understanding off the table in the jump? Like, who's going to lead this? Do you want to lead or I lead? Like, are you the type to be submissive and get in line if things go left or right? Because I'm trying to lead a ship, and I know you want to lead a ship. I think it's okay for both, but I would not have my lady in my business. Why? Because there's going to be ups and downs in your growth, and telling all that is going to wear her, drag her to where she's not herself. So to leave her to be herself, you got to kind of encourage her off to, like you said, the conglomerate. Go do that and watch it build. If you're into that entrepreneurship kind of life.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're the 9 to 5 sitting at home, you guys are both working from home, okay, keep doing what you're doing and gaming, because
whatever
you guys
works for y'all.
Yeah, that's making the world go round. She wants to go out there and Uber and stuff, let her go Uber. She wants to deliver that stuff with the car, let her go do it. Just make sure you get the right kind of car, get a good deal on something that's going to get wear and tear.
Yeah.
But, encourage your lady to go do it and then come back to you with it, because that's what they're going to do. If you give a woman anything, she's going to multiply it, right? We give her the seed, she's going to give you babies. You give her food, groceries, she's going to give you food.
Give you a house, she gives you a home.
Exactly. So I think it's that same thing. Like, if you encourage her and build her up, like, yo, she'll come back to you with, I don't know, some kind of crazy energy.
And I'm sorry. I
No,
start
keep
stuttering.
going.
And I think honestly, it's more so you really have to go for a certain energy when, like, it has to be one who's truly grateful. Like, literally the other day I spoke to this guy and I said like, really grateful. Like, because if you know they're grateful, you're gonna see what comes out of it. I literally went and I found a really nice resources for books with PDFs. I got a whole bunch of information, in regarding a certain area of literature. It's giving her all of these books because I was like, yo, I found out. She's like, how you found this? In no time. And she got a man and everything. In no time, she printed out me a 350-page book, PDF. She's like, listen, I just want to show you how grateful I am for the fact that you put me onto these resources.
Wow.
Here, no questions asked.
Wow.
Just right off the bat. I didn't even expect it. She's like, here, freshly printed.
Wow.
I don't have to read from the screen of my phone. I have the actual book. I could write notes and make notes.
Yep.
And that's the kind of energy that we have to look for.
Yes.
Real feminine energy. Real femininity.
Now, when I thought about this question, I thought like you guys, yo, you need a team, because even when we all played sports, one person can't carry the team. Look at Barry Sanders.
Even boxing is
Barry Sanders. He tried with the Lions. He had no help. None. Couldn't do anything. And we see these things. Even Kobe Bryant, when he didn't have Paul Gasol or Shaq. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. So I do get the team aspect, but I also feel my mentor one time sat me down. He's like, Ken, you always like wanting to bring people on the bill with you. Sometimes you bill it and then let them come. Why? Because he was like, yo, sometimes they can damper that light that's shining in your head. Like, you'll have this new great idea. And it might fail, but you trying
Yeah.
it,
That's
right?
all that matters.
Yeah.
That's what matters. But then you
Yes.
have somebody, oh, you really gonna do that? No,
Yes.
you shouldn't do that. Don't do. And sometimes, because words are sharp,
Mhm.
and some women tongue are very sharp.
Yes.
They can destroy a dream.
Double-edged sword.
You could be like, hey, let's do this together, and they will give you 5 million reasons why, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't, and
Yeah.
then you just discard your dream.
Yeah.
You
And that's where you
discard
lose
your-
yourself.
If you're not strong enough to hold on to your will and be
That's
like,
right.
But it's also hard
Mhm.
when you have that person who's supposed to be your support.
Ah,
You see, she's supposed to be your rock.
that is true.
And what happens with a cornerstone of a foundation? It's the centerpiece of the house, meaning
Yeah.
it holds it up.
Absolutely.
So if that is shaky, the house will be shaky too.
Exactly.
You see what? And that's the nerd. That's what I always wonder. Like, should you build your thing? Because one of you, no, you said it.
Mhm.
No, wise guy said it.
Mhm.
He noticed that chasing money brings the girls, but you never get girls without chasing money. Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know
he
that
said-
was from a movie.
Yeah.
For sure, though.
Yeah, he gave a quote like that one time,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Yo, that's true,
It is.
You're right?"
It's so
and
true.
so,
But then
Talk to me.
again, on the flip side, you know what it's gonna bring, but majority of what it's gonna bring is gonna be stuff that lacks substance. You know it's the truth. And that's where you have to really see who really for you. Like, you're gonna have to do some Coming to America type joint.
right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Like, I'm broke, bro. Like, chick,
Son,
I can make you a salad every day at my house.
Everything, then she
The
found
grilled
out,
chicken.
oh, guess what? Now you a princess.
right.
You know, type joint. Maybe not to that far extent, but
Right.
like, I would just say, be mindful and beware. Because yes, they're gonna come. They're gonna come off aesthetics and stuff. But on a deep value, like, what is her character? What's her integrity? What does she value?
Yo,
Because she'll be here and then she'll be gone the next minute, man. I'm telling you, it's just gonna be, you're gonna fly through them easy. You'll
So-
get more. You'll fly
the
through
next
them.
question?
So the moral of the story then is to just chase your dreams, and hopefully that person comes along and helps in assisting that dream instead
Exactly.
of being with her, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go find the person.
So you want to go find a
so you
person?
No, not me. Not me. I'm good. I'm good.
No,
Y'all
find
need to
the
go
dream.
Find your dream first, and then
then-
you'll find that person who's going to be assisting you. Absolutely.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the only way it's going to work is when you're dream chasers catch dreams.
So
Dream catches.
what
Yep.
is the
Don't put
quote
that thing
of
above your bed.
the day?
The quote says,
The quote. The quote.
is by the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Himself.
He said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." You know, I sat with a client today and we talked about Jesus for 2.5 hours while we were working.
Preach.
And I tell you, this guy was so good. Anthony, shout out to you. You a cool dude.
Well,
But I say, Anthony and I talked about God so much, and I was like, you know what? There are so many people who won't stand up when the things hit the fan, when stuff goes off the rails,
Yep.
when you see
I wish
somebody
we
being
had the organ
assaulted
right now.
in public. You know, when
Yeah.
you see someone being an irresponsible human in
talk
public,
about it.
Mm-hmm.
we don't step up enough. I know some people do. Hey, stop that. You know, we'll say something from a distance. But do we actually take the time to educate our fellow neighbor on what they did wrong?
Nah,
Do
because
we-
they're trying
do
to
we bring
kill
it to
me.
their attention of
I'm kidding.
what we're
Chill
all
out.
trying to do here? Yeah, you're right. New York, they're trying to kill
Sometimes you
you out
gotta be
here.
careful too. So.
Here in New York, you can't do it as much, but we bringing it to the street.
You know what's crazy though? You posted on Instagram on Peep W.O.M the other day the Terry Crews video.
Yes.
Oh
right?
yes,
Where it talked about you can't be comfortable being comfortable is actually your danger zone.
Yeah.
If you're too comfortable, you're in the danger zone. I was like, what? And then when I look, he's like, yo, listen, be thankful for what you got,
Exactly.
but you gotta keep pushing. If you get complacent,
That's what I loved about that. It was very balanced, and because he didn't just say, "Well, yeah, just keep being great." He's like, "No, be thankful, be grateful for what you have now, but still always keep pushing,
Keep pushing.
keep pushing."
and
That's
keep
a
those people that
powerful-
want you to stay there away.
in order to get into a more comfortable place, you have to be uncomfortable before you get comfortable. So that's a powerful
I
quote.
like that one.
Yo, before we hit the spotlight, I have one question.
Yeah, sure,
for
go
you
ahead.
guys.
Keep it rolling.
All right.
Question, pregunta.
When and where do you feel like you're your real self?
When and where do I feel like I'm?
I would say most people would probably say in the car when I'm
No,
listening
but
to
you
music.
though.
But me, when and where do I feel like my
Mhm.
real self?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, man, it has to be when
Talk about it.
I'd probably say when I'm alone. Not alone, but
Mm.
I task alone. So most of my tasks are being out in the public, you know?
Right.
I'm a public figure now. So I'm in the public.
Talk about it.
So being in the public is where I think I feel more comfortable now. And that's where you said when and where you feel like you're most your comfortable self. Yeah, I think it's sharing what we're doing here, sharing how we're helping people in the streets, sharing how my business, I'm helping the agency that I'm helping who takes care of the mentally challenged in our state. And how I think being a blessing to others, that's where I feel more comfortable is where I am now. I'm now in a position where I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going around buying businesses. Also, besides my business is running, and all my businesses are doing well. So going out into the public now and speaking to people makes me I feel most comfortable. Do I feel comfortable saying I'd like to be the mayor or I'd like to be your next senator or representative? No, I don't feel comfortable with that. Why? Look at your chamber of commerce, and when you start looking at your chamber of commerce, you're gonna start seeing how some entrepreneurs are just extremely stressed, not just in their own personal, but now the responsibility of taking care of the community. It's not for everybody to be the leader of a tribe. I think I can do it, yes, and there's some people out there that can do it. They just need to wake up and go do it.
So you're most real when you're working.
Yes, I'm most real when I'm working, when I'm out there in the public, when I'm passing on my information, everything. Promoting the podcast.
I would say the podcast helped me really because I wanted to talk about real stuff. Stuff like this. Questions that we talk about each other. Like sometimes men don't get a chance to talk to other men like this because we have to keep this macho-ness up, right?
Right.
But
Internalize things.
Yeah, podcast definitely helped me. But I can really say at night, in my car, sometimes I go for a night drive.
Oh, good.
And I stop at a park or something, look at the stars.
Nice.
Have one of my candles there. Meditate, pray, listen to music. I really get to be who I like. I could start thinking, manifesting the next couple days, the next couple weeks. I get to really play it all out, right? Because I get to take time. Because sometimes we have to wear the suits and ties. We have to go to these meetings. We have to, present ourselves.
Yeah.
Thing there where I can just say, yo, this is me. I'm relaxing, taking it easy, chilling and vibing to the stuff that I want with my smoothie and my little, pleasure that I like to indulge in.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you're out there with the
high carbs.
universe. Too.
Yeah, high carbs.
High
carbs.
So you're out there high carbon and under the stars.
Right.
Dude. That is a great way to charge up.
Right.
I gotta go charge like that.
What about you?
For me, I would have to say when I get into a space of creating.
Ooh.
That to me, it's just my mind just goes unhinged. And I try to leave a lot of myself out onto it as well.
Right.
And I would have to always also say as well, too, and it's similar along the lines of yours, is just being out in nature more.
Right.
Being able to decompress, being able to let my thoughts to flow through me and not really judge them, but kind of like sort out, and hear what's going on. And then kind of also reflecting back on where I was to where I am now to where I want to be in, like kind of envisioning and seeing it to fruition, these things coming to manifest. So I would say those spaces where I feel the most freeing and unhinged and myself, because I can be bare,
Ooh. I like how we shed the spotlight on these things.
Yes.
So we're going to head to the spotlight now.
So spotlight of the day
Spotlight
is
of the
for
day.
this beautiful young woman named Lauren Ridloff. I went to my sister's graduation. She goes to Fanwood School for the Deaf. That's in White Plains. And she graduated from high school. So they had a speaker there. And she was a very great orator, great public speaker. And I liked a lot how she carried her message forth, because it wasn't one of like, oh, well, life's going to be like, no, life's going to have its challenges. And then she shared her little acronym of how she deals with things and the challenges that she faces and what she does to prepare for them, mentally and stuff. But interestingly enough, I looked into her, and she's actually an actress. She was on The Walking Dead. She was also in the movie Eternals as well.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
And then I found out early in her career, I think around 2000.
She's the deaf one in Eternals?
That's her.
Oh, sweet.
Ridloff,
Oh,
yeah.
man,
That's
she's
her right there.
awesome. Yeah, she's great.
She was there. I got to meet her in person.
Oh,
And
I didn't know she was really deaf in real life. That's so cool.
She does have
signs.
speech.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's-
she
oh, she's
signs.
speaking.
She does have speech,
Okay.
but she felt. I think after reading up on her, she felt like it didn't feel as comfortable for her to
use
do
speech
the
and
speech
sign?
because it wasn't really her natural skin. But as of recently, she got into Children of a Lesser God. She was in that play, and the person who brought her on board to teach to help her, help them, tutor them sign language. They also in turn helped her to get back on her speech.
Wow.
So they had speech therapists to get her brush up off her skills because she didn't feel too comfortable with it.
Wow.
But then another interesting fact I learned is during her career, she was an educator and she taught at PS 347, which is a school I used to go to by 23rd Street in Lower East Side Manhattan.
Okay.
Where they incorporate English with sign language. So early on in my life, when I was about 2-3 years old, my parents brought me there so I could learn English, commingled with sign language, so I could communicate with them better.
Right. That's
So
dope.
yeah, man,
That's so cool.
she's really dope. I got to learn about her. I was like,
You
oh,
sign?
snap. Yeah, I do something. My family's deaf. I'm a coder.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. My
Sweet.
mom, dad, brother, and sister. So I'm the only one that hears in my immediate family.
Wow.
It's like I probably never told it.
Right.
No,
So it's
you
probably
never
real
told
life.
me. So what's your
Yeah.
brother's name?
Daniel.
No. What's his sign name?
His sign name? Daniel.
Oh, sweet. What's
so
your
Daniel,
sister's name?
Shanna.
Oh, sick.
This is my mom, Valerie, because her eyes are blue.
Oh,
Valerie.
yeah.
And my father's name is Christopher.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
That's
so
fire.
sweet.
Yeah,
Kate, my
man.
girl, her coworker was one of those codas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they're in the grandparents, the parents are all
Uh-huh.
deaf.
Wow.
So I was like, oh
That's
man, what's
crazy.
that like? You know, and I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
we got a lot to talk about that
Oh
later.
yes, we do,
Yeah.
brother.
I want to start learning sign. He's gonna teach me.
I got you, brother.
All right.
I'm a little rusty,
So-
but I got you.
Awesome.
Yo, that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her.
Yes.
Lauren Ridloff.
Lauren Ridloff,
That is huge.
Mm-hmm.
breaking
Dope.
barriers. That is so cool. Educating us.
So, before we go into the social media / topic, right? I wanted to ask you this. So, which one is more important to you guys in your partner? Personality or good looks? So, meaning, so she has great looks, but sucky personality, or amazing personalities, but probably a hard 3-4.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
So I've always been one that, as I've gotten older in life, I realized that not everything that glitters is gold. And that applies to also relationships too, you know? Sometimes a really fine thing probably is not the best thing for you. So for me, in all honesty, I would have to, any day I would choose personality over looks. Why? I've had girlfriends that, if I had to be honest, on a look scale, I've dealt with girls that were like a 4, a 5, and a nice little decent body, but they were cute in their own way, but their personality made them a lot more attractive. So I think personality is the biggest thing, because I like to be engaged up here. I like to communicate. I like to see how, you know, how we play this out in this dance that we have together. It's like an act, you know? So that to me, like, I feel like the looks, eventually that's gonna fade. That's me.
Personality.
Personality.
Yeah.
What if the looks never faded?
What if the looks never
Yeah,
faded?
she just looks like a Bob 70-year-old, Bomb 80. What if
It's
what if-
impossible too, and that's
no,
a
what
terrible part about it.
what if let's sweeten the pot. What if they both can do the same thing? So they can do the one that looks good can cook.
Yeah,
clean,
yeah,
takes
but
care
no,
of
Personality.
but no
children,
personality.
but no personality.
Dude.
Are you still gonna go with person? But they both have the same other qualities.
You're gonna
other
have an
than-
empty shell that's
Yeah.
beautiful coming around you wherever you go.
Well, we'll build up her
Beautiful.
personality.
You can't build it. You gotta deal with it for life.
Yeah.
No personality.
Oh man, damn, it's a hard one. It's a hard one.
I don't even know how do you pick something like that where they're traditionally, not traditionally, but they're so no personality means you're obviously a slum to social media, to the media itself, to the KKTW, you know, the Kardashian, whatever. Like you guys are addicted, like it's in your veins, like no personality. Nah, I
Like
can't do it.
not unique in their own way, or something about them that
you ever
sets
seen those?
like, oh, this is you.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
I would
Pretty girl
take-
problems suck.
I'll take personality any day.
Yeah.
Stop
Pretty girl
lying.
problems?
Any day. Any
You
day.
talking about
So
amazingly gorgeous problems.
you'll take personality and a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
He said a 1.
Yeah, 1 in looks and 1 in body.
Why you gotta be a 1?
A wonder body.
So
Can
you
he
know
at
how they
least get a
say,
3
you know that
body
new
or
trend where they
4?
say it's her personality and she show her shape. It's just lessenality.
Lessenality.
Just a L. Just a L. It's coming right down. Would you take it?
No.
But it's faithful.
No.
It's got so much personality. It cooks, it cleans, it takes
Wow,
care of the
he said it
estate.
cooks, it
It
cleans.
takes care of the estate. It loves you. It loves your
cool.
You
laundry.
refer to her
I'm
as it.
cool.
It tries to dress you. What do I do? Them, they? They, them?
Oh man,
Nah, I'm cool.
We
They
bringing,
love
we breaking
you.
out. We breaking out the pronoun game.
A 1 you're saying, dog.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm cool.
I'm just saying it because
3,
it's
4,
a situation.
Oh, 1 in the face, but not.
It's a situation.
Not in the body.
No, I need
So one thing, you need the body.
I need the body.
All right, son.
I need the thickness. I like
All
the
right.
thickness.
So you're gonna feed her?
No, he said it's saying
No,
You
I'm
can
just
have a
saying,
1 in the
if-
body and then feed her.
No, that's okay.
clearly.
It might not go to right places.
might
That
not.
is true. That is true. Genetics.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, for some reason these forearms and this face is just all the
man.
way it goes.
All right,
She's
so
like Popeye.
me and DeJounte have a lot of these conversations, and he shows me these clips, and we spend sometimes hours talking about it. Usher us into what you're showing us now, right? This is the one with the girl at the table, right?
Yes, I believe so. I'm trying to recall.
Yeah. So I know he's trying to recall, but he knows.
I know.
And this one is the one with the girl
Something around the area of there.
saying, "What do you bring to the table?"
Yes.
Oh,
and bring
Oh
you
yes,
the
yes,
peace.
yes. So pretty
we're
much
talking about
she's saying-
tables now, huh?
She's saying, yeah, what do you bring to the table? And then she's insulting the guy, saying, listen, if you're asking that, then you're insecure. But I beg to differ. I mean, is it
Me?
not a two-way street?
Too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look at this film real quick.
Take a quick peek view at the clip.
Yeah, and then in the comments, tell us what you think.
Tell us your, please, and do engage.
Have you guys noticed that it's only the insecure men that are asking women what they bring to the table?
Hey, chica, calmada. Te voy a decir algo. I don't know if you ladies think of this, food for thought. Ladies, why do you get offended when a guy asks you what you bring to the table? Because if a guy asks me that, I got that. When you're educated or when you have something to offer, you will state what you have to offer. It doesn't bother you because you know you got it. So you're calling them insecure, but I really feel like that's projection and y'all are really insecure because you don't like being triggered. You don't like when somebody puts you on the spot because you can't answer it. Be his peace, put it down, open that mouth, shut that mouth when you need to, feed him grapes, rub his back, make sacrifices, don't DM other dudes. When he's insecure, when he feels some type of way, be there for him. Be there, meet his needs when he asks you. Make sacrifices, cook for him, massage him, make him feel wanted, take interest in things he loves. Men are simple. Y'all are the ones making everything complicated. Stop it. Just love them for them. Simple.
And
It's
I got
Tay, baby.
yo, shout outs to you. If you're single, I'm single too.
It's stay, baby.
It's Tay Tay, baby.
It's stay,
So
baby.
what y'all think, man? Go ahead.
Yo, I'll start because
Go
I'm
ahead.
always.
Yo, talk
Yeah,
about it, bro.
Yo.
Talk about it.
You know how many times I've kind of hinted at this question to a shorty and they take offense to this question? Oh, I am the table, I hear. Or, oh, you must have
Kevin Samuel.
SD energy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh, you must be one of those old controlling type of guys. Like, really? I think she said it best. Guys are very simple. Very simple. We're
Very
not
easy.
It's not
We're not-
rocket science.
we're not so complicated when they make us out to be that way.
Absolutely.
But we're very simple. What she said, I agree. If I got those things, trust, I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, you hear
Dude.
it? You heard it. You heard it. You heard it here first and hot off the press.
He ain't going nowhere
ain't
if he
going
gets
nowhere.
that.
Yeah,
I
dog.
think
Because
most men would not go anywhere either,
Right.
too.
right.
Where's it gonna go? She's rubbing your back. She's feeding you grapes. She's open her mouth when you ask a question, not DMing other guys. I mean, she's not causing any, she's being your piece. Man, dude, that's like a whole bunch of pluses on a checklist.
Yep.
How many times, bro, you had a job or a rough day at work and you have to come home to another rough night at work? Because it's not a piece, it's work. It's work. You're coming to
I don't
night
want
shift.
peace. I want trouble.
I want problems.
I want problems.
Shouldn't have to be.
Right. Yo, it shouldn't have to be.
All right, talk
But
to
you're
him.
absolutely right. There are so many times I get off and then I not get off, but I
I'm about to say,
I
You wasn't
punch the
even thinking that
clock,
way.
Okay, I'm off the clock. I'm back home now. You know,
Oh,
you
man.
take your time. You wind down. After you wind down, now you're having the conversations inside of just building. You know, just hey, what do you need to support?
Right.
What can I do? And those can turn into like a whole attack on character. It's like, whoa, I wasn't attacking your character. I know you're doing stuff. I'm just asking how could I jump in? Then you got a whole battle there. It's like, man, why are you getting so combative? Oh, I was stressed with the kids and I was stressed with my debt. Well, guess what? When I'm stressed at work, I don't come in here and bring any of that towards anything. You can't bring any of that towards us. That's not fair. And that's something I say all the time. I say it. I call my lady out on that. No, you can't approach the kids in that manner. No, check yourself. You can't check me in that way. Check yourself. I'm not gonna have it, and I'll walk away. And that is what keeps a woman in line. When you walk away, because the fear of losing you is the biggest thing.
True. What about you?
Listen, man, your home is supposed to be your safe haven. It's supposed to be your peace. And you're coming home, you don't want to be coming home to drama and hearing nagging and all of these other different things. It's like, if I'm out here making an effort out in this world and I got to battle twice or sometimes 3 times as hard as anyone else, especially as a black male in America, it's like you have to understand where I'm coming from. And it's like your home should be at peace. When we get together, it should be peaceful. We should be looking for resolutions. We should be looking for ways to make our lives much more enjoyable.
Talk about
It shouldn't, and I feel like this, and it's, and I really do blame social media. I really do blame the celebrity TV shows and stuff. It's really a thing of the world now to really put up on a high pedestal and to make it a norm, toxicity.
Yo, yeah.
And it's and you see it, like they read these books, they watch these TV shows, but then you bring that into, you think that should be associated with something healthy, and it's not healthy. It's very dysfunctional.
Yeah.
I block it all the time on my Snapchat because it's up there so much
I
on the
can
Snapchat
watch.
stories.
I mean, I can watch it. Don't get me wrong. I can watch it. I can take it as entertainment. But I'm not going to. It's just like if I watch a horror movie. Like, I'm not just gonna go out my right man to start slashing people or whatever. Like, I know there's a room and a place for everything. That stays there. Like, I'm not gonna incorporate that into my life. That's not healthy. That's not gonna benefit or edify me in any sense. So it's like, but a lot of the times, majority women, they bring that there, and it's like how the woman said, she's projecting. So it's like you haven't had the time to figure out yourself.
Right.
Or the time to realize and really understand like what you're bringing, because if we're known and we're expected to bring this certain thing, then how come is it that you don't know what you're supposed to bring? Because you have a role to play and I have a role to play on this stage.
Right.
So
I thought about starting an OnlyFans for Q&A only.
I was thinking
and
about
I cannot start an OnlyFans for Q&A only because now OnlyFans is associated with nudity or smut.
Just take your shirt off, bro. And
I'm
ask
not
the
gonna do
questions.
Q&A.
I want you to show the progress you made, bro.
Yeah.
Just flex them pecs.
We're gonna start doing Q&A, flexing out there and stuff, and that's for me at least, with my traumas, I think that's just filling into the other people's addictions that they haven't taken care of. But I don't want to be that guy. That's like some of the people I've looked up to, and they said they beat their addiction. And yet I still see them doing the same things that they were doing in their addiction. I was like, how could you go on someone else's podcast, say that as a guest? And some of you guys are my heroes. And this is what sucks about it. I looked up to you guys. And now I'm seeing you on platforms saying this. And it's like, but you're showing social media on something else, doing something else. I'll tell you in the comments who I'm talking about. But
yeah, I noticed you didn't want to name drop.
I don't want to name drop
understand
people,
that,
not on this episode. It's
yes,
not
of
nice.
course, of course.
Right. Yeah, so like, I love this conversation, but I had another question to ask.
Yeah.
You, right? So I've been noticing this, and I had to write it down and say, all right, so do you think it's a problem when there's a large age gap in a relationship? Let's start first, male to woman. So the man is older,
Okay.
right?
Okay, we did this
More
in
than
statistics,
more than 10 years.
right.
And then we'll do the same one, woman.
That's a good
more
one.
than 10 years. So do you think there's a problem?
I want to hear you on this.
Talk to me.
I don't think there's there's intimacy. There's always going to be that. That's going to be there. The thing is, with either one of these two young bucks, with these older people, you have to understand as a young person what's being asked of you. You're being asked to be a companion to this person. You're being asked to be a part of their life, not have your own life and bring them into it. Be a part of their life, because no older person is going to want to go start doing young people stuff.
Some people do.
Some, yeah, that's true. There's that.
You ain't seen R. Kelly? No, all right, sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
I ain't never seen no R. Kelly.
I'm
I ain't never seen that tape. You saw the tape? Oh, well, you're absolutely right. You know what? I saw the meme the other day where old head was shooting a shot at the 17-year-old and 18-year-old in the car, and he's like 73. So yeah, I mean,
So do you think that
think
old
there's a
is too
problem.
old?
no.
So wait.
How about 20 years?
20 years age gap?
Yeah, 30?
No, it depends, because now when we say the age gap, I don't think it's too old, but it's when now the scale starts to shift for me. Because you're saying 30 years. Yeah, not
20
as an 18-year-old with a 48-year-old.
All right, 21. All right, we'll say they're 21. Legal to drink. 21, 50, 51?
21, 51, yeah, go kill yourself. You're an alcoholic now.
40? 40-year age gap? Is that okay?
Yeah, senior citizen, go date it all. You're taking care of the insurance and the paperwork.
60?
Yeah, you're in the will. You're in the will. Now you're in the estate. We're talking about the trust fund now. You have to take care of the grandkids now. Now you're a grandmother.
What about you, bro?
Mima
you're
is a
set
young
for life.
Mima.
What about you? Is there a problem?
Do you see a
From what,
problem?
man to woman?
Man
or,
to
Or woman to
woman.
man.
The
I don't
man
think
being older.
either way there's a problem.
So either way.
I
Okay.
don't think there's a problem either way.
I think, of course, first and foremost, she has to be of age.
Of course.
But I don't
Yes.
think,
Yes.
I think, excuse me.
I don't know about 18. That's weird.
I think,
18 is worth, yeah.
okay, well, 19, 20. Well, I
He said, okay, well,
1920.
now y'all making me feel some type of way.
He's like 18 now. All right, 19, 20. Nah, I mean 21. I mean 21. Nah, I'm just joking with you, bro.
Nah, son, I knew me dirty, son.
Nah,
You trying to make me seem like some R. Kelly type.
nah, 18 is legal, bro.
That's how you broke me on that one.
Listen.
No, it's just the way you said it.
I know.
Oh man, he's like,
That was funny. That was funny. But I was gonna say, yeah, like I don't think it's an issue. Like I said, I just nothing much for me to say on it. I'm just gonna piggyback off what he said. Like, yeah, like you have to know what it entails if you're gonna deal with a person of more experience. You're playing more into their playing field and what they expect. So you kind of have to have that inkling of understanding. Like this is what it's kind of gonna be. If it's any way otherwise, where it's like, oh, well then cool. So it's a win on that side, but it could be a win-win still, regardless if you're fine. And you're fine with what the parameters are for this relationship. So I don't think it's an issue, no.
20 years, still not an issue. 30.
I think 30 would be pushing it.
All right, 40.
Nah, that's pushing it. Nah, that's
Yeah.
that's a huge gap.
That gap makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes because I think
Don't lie. You said all the way to 50. You went all the way to 50.
They could do it. I just don't want to be a part of that.
Not sure.
Dude, did you see that Million Millions?
My man just said, yeah, 50.
wait,
Be in
hold
the
on.
will.
Okay.
He's like, you got that will.
You're in the will, but I mean, Million Millions,
man.
there was a young girl on there. She's 21. And this guy is 68 or something. Like, he's already at grandpa age. There's another one where she's 20-something and he is 70-something. And he's really old. Like, but not the gap isn't the problem. It's like almost how he, like, looks at her. Like, it's almost pedophilia-ish feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's this creepy look.
Yo,
that
for
it's
editing
like,
purposes, you gotta send me that clip so I could cut it out.
I'll show
and
you
edit
this
it.
clip. Well, it's going to be in the comments.
You gotta
You're
show
gonna see
me
this.
that.
It's going to be on
That's
the
gonna be
IG.
hilarious.
I'm telling you, He's like, yeah, baby, and I get it's Florida, it's Miami. You know, you probably know the ladies know exactly.
Oh, you
what I'm
already
talking
know
about.
what it. You already know
They
what
know
time
this
it is when
couple.
it's Florida.
Real tears.
You see what I'm saying? Like those guys have the money, so you're gonna get the young chick. But it's also so weird. Like as a young woman, you know, what are you offering? I mean, you're gonna hang out in the
Besides
house, the
that,
boat.
yeah.
You get the lifestyle, you get the money, you get the cars, you get to drive around, spend
Yeah.
his credit card. You have to show him some type of love, you know.
Of course.
But that's when you get into a relationship like that, you can't. He's not gonna be the type to he's gonna go to a club. Maybe there are some, like you said, that are gonna go hang out with her friends. But at the same time, her friends gonna be like, "Dang, I wish he was younger. Or we could do more."
I mean,
do you really love him?
If there's an exception, like he's like been exercising every other day for all his life, and he's super good on his health, and he gets his beauty rest type stuff, then.
But then we have that other couple, young black guy with that older white lady. You know who I'm saying? The one who had battled anorexia, and they're
I've never seen that one. No.
well, she's growing a lot now because of how thin she is, and he's young and she's older, and they're like, well, what are you in this for, you know? And he's like, I love this woman. I love you. And the way they look at each other, I'm like, okay, that's love, but it still reminds me of some creepy stuff.
Yeah.
It just still looks, I don't know why the age gap.
So then
Maybe it's because I'm my father's daughter.
So you do see a
mother's
problem
son.
to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's probably at like 40 and 50 years difference.
what would
Maybe
you-
not 30, because I think a 30-year-old and a 6-year-old, that's cool.
What would you say?
Make babies.
What would you say about a 14-year? A 14-year.
14 years all fun. Go do
Yeah.
that. 14 years. I think 14 years is gonna have its problems, but you know what? You can. I think you can grow past them.
14-year,
More
which
than a
one?
decade.
I had a 14-year once.
Male to woman?
No, male. No, woman to man. So the woman is older.
The woman is older. I was in one of those ones, and I don't think it was a problem. I think the biggest problem was that obviously she couldn't have my kids because she was at a way further down line where she was older and she felt, hey, I can't carry it. So like you end the relationship off that, and that's what you gotta understand is gonna come with when you get into these as men. Even
that was my problem.
You can
That's
go
always
get
a
with
big
these
deal
older women.
breaker.
It's gonna be fun, but guess what? She's gonna send you home to go have a baby. She's gonna tell you to go somewhere else to have the baby. And unfortunately, when you do that, you lose her too. So that's what comes with the whole give and take of that, I think.
Yeah,
For girls, it's different because old head, we could have babies in our 70s.
that's true.
We can give them a baby, or we
if
have
you're still keeping
frozen.
healthy.
Our semen was frozen somewhere, and now she can get her pregnant with
Look
it.
at Dr. Sebi.
See what I'm saying? But
90 years old.
90?
90. He had children at 90.
Wow.
Yeah. The age gap, I think,
Yeah.
well, it's not for, especially male to woman, maybe tops 20. When you start doing more than 20, you're talking 2 decades that is highly different.
Very
Right,
much,
so
yeah.
you won't have too much things in common unless he's a young soul or she's an old soul. You know what I mean? To
That's
true.
kind of balance, but it's hard. I do believe we shouldn't have any problems with the age gap. You
Yeah.
want to go do it. But I personally couldn't go. Like
What would be your cutoff if you had to deal with an older woman?
to like be with forever?
Yes.
See, it's hard.
Dude, right now, if you
Because-
think about it right now, the 21-year-olds never knew the sound of the internet dial-up. So these 21-year-old men are dating women that were logging onto the internet with dial-up, and think about that.
Yo, son, when you said that, your eyes got dub big, son.
Because
you were ready. You're
make-
ready to downplay it. I'm like, yo, these young whippersnappers don't know the struggles. They don't know LimeWire.
Vice versa.
Oh,
The same
man.
thing, vice versa. You're gonna get someone who's gonna be addicted
for
more to
real.
the
We gotta make that the
technology in
thumbnail.
front of them. Imagine that. You got a generation where they played outside and a generation where they didn't play outside.
Right.
What we gonna do?
Yeah.
We're gonna do we're gonna find a blend. Like, oh, this is stuff y'all do? Oh, geez, man, this is too active. Oh, this is not active enough.
Yeah, to be in a serious relationship,
Maybe time will change as
5 to 7 years, because
Oh.
older than me, because I'm 30. I'm in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So so you're looking as they get older. I want children, so you're looking to that. You're not going to be able to carry something there. If I had children, 3, 4, then maybe 10, even 15. Because sometimes I do have disconnective, like I could connect with some of their souls, and I love the stories and
Yeah, exactly.
and stuff. But then, is that just me needing my grandmother?
It could be, bro. Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Who
no. All
knows?
jokes aside, but no. That it's just hard. Say they would have to really look good like Jada Pickett's mom.
You gotta
See
go
what
Latin
I'm saying?
America, man. You
Like,
gotta go Europe.
built well.
Or I would have to say I wouldn't mind a Nia Long,
Yeah, built well.
50 years old.
Yeah, those are one in like 500,000.
That is
in the
true.
United States. If you go everywhere else, you're getting that like dime a dozen.
So I'm just like,
That'd
yeah,
be 10
but
out of
I
12.
think it's rough, especially the guy going up. Guys
Yeah.
going down, it's kind of expected because after a while,
Yeah.
a girl, like when you think about it, you guys are all in our 30s,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just entering, you just
I
made
Well,
the
just
I'm,
sense.
entered.
yeah, I'm 55 and a half. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I love the
feel you.
half.
Yeah, I'm pretty old.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But
We talk about his old heads.
Not one damn green.
And
Nope, Beijing, baby. Spray that.
oh, Sugarfoot. That was funny. No, but a lot of times you experience that they had a lot of baggage, a lot of trauma. They messed around with the wrong guys. They did a lot of things, and what happened is they're set in their ways, and they bring this whole leap of baggage, which is fine. But we're not full baggage.
That's
clean.
not fine.
I'm
man.
not taking. You know when you go on an airplane, anything over 50 you got paid for.
Yep.
50 pounds.
Yes.
Yep.
I-
Whole nother ticket.
It's a whole nother ticket. That's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Carry on, better meet those
But
requirements.
when you get, and I'm not saying to do this, and I'm not saying that every man should date younger, but when you do date a little bit younger, when you're looking for that thing, it's not even a mold. People say, "Oh, you're trying to mold." No, they're experienced. They're willing. They're open. They haven't been through a lot of hurt yet,
yes.
unless they've been
Yes.
through. Unless they were the college whore
Yeah, that's true.
or the high school whore, God forbid. You know,
Mhm.
yeah,
not
true.
wishing that on anybody.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Right. That's true.
You don't go through a lot of experience to say, you know what,
Yeah.
men did this to me.
Yeah.
F men, I'm only here. You know, you have a little bit more, and that's why sometimes I see the men tend to go down. Yeah, they say, oh, it's for power, but it's easy. It's easier to deal with the less baggage that they bring because you're not going to be held to the 5 men that she dealt with. You know, you ever had a girl? This is a side story. You ever had a woman, right? You know, she. I'm not saying this negatively. She been around,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your time now to be the one to be around with. You get all the standards.
Oh yeah.
She never gave Pretty Tony who was living in mom's basement that kind of standard. She never gave. But you see what I mean?
Yeah.
She taken what happened to her from those other guys
Put it on
and
you.
put it on you
Yeah.
because she sees the potential in you, and that's the fear what some guys got. That's why I see they go down. What do you think?
It's natural. I'm just pretty much simple. It's natural. It's instinct for men to look for younger women because more fertile. You know, more receptivity. You know, there's more of a openness to it. You know, where someone who's a lot more experienced, one who's more experienced, it kind of like, you know, it's pretty much just summing all what you just said.
Right.
That's what I think. It's natural, but you know, a lot of times we get played and downplayed as someone creepy, and you know, like no, like. Unfortunately for us in our pool, most of the women you, me, and him know they got children already.
Oh yeah.
And for me and you, I know personally, for me and you that don't have kids, we're not fathers as of yet.
Right.
I think we would more so prefer to have a woman that doesn't have kids.
So you know what? Y'all not gonna.
Because we
it's
hold
gonna be
us-
harder for you though. You know why? Because
It
you're getting
is.
divorced because we grew apart.
Right.
That excuse of growing apart is separating them from, and then you're having all these back in the pool with the children and stuff. Oh, we grew apart from my baby daddy. We just grew apart. You should have done like you said.
See, but
study your opponent. That's what you like you said.
but at least with men, you know, before we close this off, at least with men, when they have children and they get back into the pool, it's much easier for them. If you still have your job
yes.
going, still got your business going, that's not a problem. But for
Right.
women, it's much harder.
Oh, absolutely.
Much harder.
You see it in stress in the animal kingdom.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as soon as that male lion comes around, those oh my gosh, he gonna kill my babies off and give me babies, girl.
Yeah, nature is brutal. son.
Nature is so brutal.
Son, man's come and wipe out the picnic them and say, yo, you gonna get my children. Yo, that's some gangsters. That's cold-blooded.
Hey, y'all rocking with the lion tattoos? All right, go ahead, Cole.
So
You're a cold killer.
So, DeJounte,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the advice that you would give? How would you close us out?
The advice that I would give and to close out is to always be in a state and a mindset of humility, to know that others may know more than you and can add more value to your life. But always remember to take things with a grain of salt. Add what you may that's going to edify and uplift your life, and discard whatever does not adjust to your situation. And always keep that in mind, because we don't know everything, and it's always good to have that balance to know that someone else might know more and may have more wisdom and or experience in a certain area, a certain thing. And that is how we allow ourselves to continually grow and mold ourselves in the world that's ever so changing in a constant fluid motion. That's all I gotta say. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks for rocking with us. Episode 25. We're a quarter of the way. This is a milestone. And please smash and murder the like button, comment, subscribe, and share it. All by word
Turn
of
the
mouth.
notification on.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
I'm talking about 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, 4 beers.
All right, man.
All right.
It was a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
Pleasure.